Yo, we are back. I want to talk about your summer plans. Your summer plans, if they were involving any sort of travel, you may as well cancel them right now. I happen to be sitting in the Philippines staring at these chickens. And the Philippines is, I think, the demonstration of what is to come for every country. Basically, the Philippines relied on massive amounts relied on its oil from Iran and the Strait of Hormuz and all that, as do most Asian countries. And what's happening there is affecting the Philippines. The price of diesel is more than double now what it was just a few weeks ago. And the Philippines is talking about they're probably going to run out of oil reserves within 45 days. And they're already canceling flights from the Philippines because they're worried about the fuel running out sooner. They don't want to waste it on flights. So they're canceling flights where they can. So this is an indication of what's to come in all the countries. You might be able to fly somewhere, but you might not be able to fly back, for example. One country has more reserves than the other. One country has different means to get oil than others, but you might make one leg, but not the other. And a jet that's going on an 8-hour flight, they can't hold enough fuel to get them 8 hours one way and then 8 hours the next. Typically, if they did that, they would make zero money, even if they had the fuel capacity to do a round trip without adding more. So, what's this mean for you? Because that seems to be the only thing that anybody gives a shit about is how does it affect you? And Americans are the worst about that. We don't give a shit what's going on in the Middle East until it affects us. You know, we can blast and kill thousands of people and nobody gives a shit until gas prices go up. Now we care. So what's happening here in the Philippines is going to happen to you. This shit could get shut down. This strait could get opened up tomorrow, and you still may have problems traveling and doing what you're going to do this summer. I got plans to go to the U.S. Kid just got visa, so all three of us are legal to go to the U.S. and we might not be able to go, even if ticket prices were affordable, which they're not terrible yet, but they're gonna get, I'm sure. I might not be able to go because maybe I can reserve the flight today. We're not leaving today, but if I reserve the flight and buy the tickets and it's a month away, well, if the Philippines has no fuel, I'm not going. So there's that. You might be planning on taking a beach trip wherever you're going, even if you're not flying. Or maybe the gas is too expensive. So this goes back to my other talk about who wins in this dust up, in this effort to make America great again, which is a goddamn joke. And so who's winning? Well, you know what? I can't refine oil, but I can fucking make energy. And they're talking about they're going to start doing rolling blackouts in the Philippines now because they're concerned about wasting more energy. Well, thankfully for me, I'm off the grid, so I'm going to have aircon, but a lot of people are not. I don't have an electric car, but maybe I need to buy one. If this bullshit keeps up, fuel is already costing me double, if not more. I don't want an electric car, but just because I got a perfectly good diesel car. But you know, I can make my own electricity to power an electric car. I'm not relying on any other assholes' decisions to start some bullshit where they had no business starting it, to take advice from people that have no experience, to go take an island in Iran where it's just going to be a kill box for those assholes. Whoever's advising the president thinks that what happened in Venezuela can happen everywhere. And that's just not the case. These Iranian dudes, they don't fucking play. They don't fucking play. This is the Middle East, man. They do not fuck around in the Middle East. They've been fighting their whole lives. You're not going to go in there and throw a few bunker busters around and get what you want. Not this time. And you're going to throw some Marines onto some island and call it good? No. You're going to be losing a lot of lives out there. And the Iranians are just going to blow up that fucking island, and they're going to waste all those guys. You can't do this shit, man. This is the kind of shit that causes unendable wars. And what you voted for is not what you're getting. You voted for a dude that says there's no more wars. Well, guess what? Then his ego took over, and he thinks he can be a hero. Americans love to be a hero. Get him. This is my chicken food. Americans love to be a hero. Look at every movie. Every movie is America's coming in and they got to be a hero. And this is something that I haven't really paid attention to, but my Filipina told me that yesterday. I was like, man, that makes a lot of sense. That's what we get we got to put on the Superman cape. We got to put on the cape and we got to fix everything. It's absolute bullshit. It's a dream world. It's not true. It's not. And who are we fucking over while we put on that cape and try to make things better? I'm sure that wasn't considered. This, from what I understand, that Trump thought that Iran wouldn't shut down the strait. Come on. What logic is that? That's the only thing they can control. You think they're not going to shut it down? Well, technically it's open, but take a ship through there and see if you don't get blown up. That's the first thing they're going to shut down. That's how they control what they control. Their ability to cause economic harm to pretty much the entire world via this one waterway is their trump card. That they do what they want because they manage that strait. And all this situation has done is reinforced that way of thinking. And shut down the whole fucking world. If the world can't get the Middle East oil, it's going to shut down the whole fucking world. And the Philippines is the canary in the coal mine. The Philippines relied on that 100%, and now it's going to burn this country down. We got a delivery yesterday of the kid's passport with the U.S. Visa on it, and it was delivered. And Gene asked the delivery guy, "Hey, you getting extra pay because of this fuel situation?" He said, "Well, we lobbied for it from our employer, but no, we're not getting extra pay." So the price of fuel has doubled, and the delivery drivers are getting the same amount they were getting before. So this isn't somebody that commutes to work and they have to pay extra for their fuel. This is somebody that commutes for work and they're getting no extra money for their fuel. So where's that money coming from? It's coming from their bottom line. They're living in a house possibly with dirt floors, no air con. Their stove is likely run by wood, not gas, wood, from bamboo, from trees, from wherever they can get. These are people that are barely making it. They call it a dirty kitchen that runs on wood, and they cook with fire. These are people that are barely making it, and you're telling them that they're going to come to work and they're going to deliver items, and you're going to make them take it on the chin and basically cut their pay in half or a third or whatever you're doing, because you're not willing to give them more money to pay for the fuel that has gone up. And that's what's happening. It's hurting the local population, the Juans and Juanettes and the locals. It's hurting the locals. It's taking food off of their table. They're already struggling. They're already living day to day, and this is what you're doing. They have no savings. They get loans from family that they can't pay back. That's common here. So they're just trying to make it, and now fuel's doubled, and they're getting no support from their employer, and that's common. You go. I went to Manila, and we got Grab taxi, and I asked the guy. I was like, "Hey man, are you getting any extra pay from Grab because of the fuel?" He's like, "Nope." And the Grabs are just about the same price as they were before. I don't remember them going up any. And he said, "Nope, we're just taking it on the chin right now, hoping for something to change." And like I said, if it could change tomorrow, but there's still going to be fallout from all this shit. It's still not going to be back to normal for months and months. Those tankers, they take 30 days to drive the ocean. Depending on where they're going, it could take 30 days to get there, to deliver their product. And that's if they can get through safely. That's if the insurance companies will let them go through. The insurance companies ain't going to let a boat go through until they're 100% sure that that boat is not going to get blown up. And what's the cost going to be for the environment? We've blown up all these boats. We've blown up all the Iranian ships. There have been some tankers that have blown up. How's the environment doing over there? Nobody knows. Nobody gives a shit because it's over there. But I guarantee you, it's a serious environmental problem. So there's going to be no fish coming out of that water. Birds are going to be affected. The environment's going to take it on the chin, and nobody gives a shit, man. This is happening. This is a real world. This is one dude's decision, along with the Iranians or the Israelis. One dude's decision to remove power. Well, what's the goal here? What's the goal? The power's been removed, and we got another shitbag that's worse. What's the goal? There's no goal. There's no goal. They don't know what they're doing. They're just going to throw rockets at the problem. And at the end of the day, once that strait opens back up, you don't think Iran's going to get paid double or triple what they were getting paid before to let ships go through? Ships to get the authorization to pass through those waters? Come on. The price of gas is going to be the price of gas, this price, or an elevated price, for forever now. It's not going to go back down. Because you're always going to have to be paying off these warlords. Or these countries that act as warlords. It's absolute bullshit. But this is what was voted for. This is the douchebag that we wanted, apparently. 34 felonies. How does he have a security clearance? If I had 34 felonies, look, I was in the DOD, okay? I had a top secret security clearance. If I got a fucking hangnail on my record, they're taking my security clearance away. And you get 34 felonies for fraud, for basically stealing. You don't get a security clearance? No fucking way. Even if it's not a felony, if it's a misdemeanor, you don't get a security clearance. You can't be trusted because you're a liar. That's what fraud is. You're a goddamn liar. So how's that motherfucker got a security clearance? How does he got the nuclear codes? I wouldn't have them. I wouldn't have them if I had anywhere near 34 felonies. It's a crime, man. And this guy has done more to burn down democracy than any president in the history of the U.S. Because he thinks he's the motherfucking king. He doesn't care about your freedom of speech. Look at these late night talk shows get booted off the air or have to fight for their jobs. That's freedom of speech, motherfucker. That's America. You don't have any power to shut those down. You don't like what they have to say? Do better. Don't give them a reason. But you don't get to say what they can say, what they say on the air. Fuck you. But that's what we voted for. That's the kind of asshole that bullies, calls people names, thinks he can react without giving anything proper consideration and thought. In his first term, he had minions around that would call him on his bullshit and not let him do what he thought he was going to do. And he still pulled off January 6th. The only attack on our U.S. government came from our fucking own people. Our own douchebags coming out of their mom's basement. You fucking kidding me, man? And we voted for this asshole? Well, you reap what you sow. So you know what? I'm gonna be the first to tell you that the pain's coming. I'm in the Philippines. I'm feeling it. The pain is coming for your asses. Get ready. Get ready for it. Get you some solar real fast. Buy an electric car, because that's the only thing you can control right now is your own shit. If you deal with the grid, if you deal with the power, if you deal with any of that stuff through any outside agency, you're about to get screwed. The only way you can do it, not get screwed, is control your own destiny. And look, it is what it is. This is what you motherfuckers wanted. This is what you got. It's a sad state of affairs, you know? When the U.S. president loves to be a bully and what's the model? What's the model, man? How is everybody else treated? I'd love to say that he's set a good example for people in my life. They want to talk shit to me, and then they're the victim. I'm the one taking the shit talking, but they're the victim. That's what we've created. That's the example that this piece of shit has set. And that's what you're gonna live with. That's what we're gonna live with. That's the precedent now. He's the shining example of how to be a good American. It's a sad state of motherfucking affairs. This guy who's been convicted of misdeeds with women on several occasions. This is a guy that married his wife, a foreign wife, by the way, second foreign wife. And she's pregnant with their son Barron, and he's banging porn stars. Is this the best we can fucking do? I mean, yeah, Kamala Harris was a joke, and Biden was struggling, okay? But this is the best we can do as the most powerful nation in the world, is get this fucking clown in here. This fucking clown who's not a good businessman, had several bankruptcies. You know, if he would have, and his ill-gotten gains from his father, I mean, come on. This is the best we can do? Just because he says what you're thinking and you think it's funny? That's the best we can do? Well, now we're going to feel it. Now we're going to live the vote. You're going to live in the situation that you created with your vote. Look, I'm not a political guy. I don't give a fuck. But it doesn't stop me from having an opinion and calling a spade a spade. This is the best we can do. It's sad. It's fucking sad, man. And so what do you do? What do you do? Don't let it happen again. That's what you fucking do. You somehow survive the next 3 years of this bullshit. And don't let it fucking happen again. Or get the fuck out like I did. But I'm getting affected. I left the U.S. and I'm getting affected worse than you motherfuckers in the U.S. I got the fuck out. And I'm still dealing with that piece of shit. Alright. Well, you know what? I've done what I'm going to do. I got my solar. I got my little homestead. And, you know, I'm here. I got my retirement visa. I'm here. Until they decide they're sick of the U.S. and they're sick of what's going on and they want to kick me out just because I'm an American citizen. Which could fucking happen. Stranger things have happened. Alright, y'all. Do better. Expect better. Require better from your representatives. And, hey, blame me. I didn't vote. Oh, they're going to make mail-in voting illegal, apparently, according to Trump. So I won't be able to vote. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I don't live there. I don't vote for one piece of shit over another piece of shit. But I cannot be happy about it, and I'm not. I'm not happy about it. Do better. See y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you feel. I don't care. What's your opinion? What's your opinion? I'll just delete your comment if I don't like it. Freedom of speech, my ass. What the fuck? See ya.